Somaliland is a sovereign country again.
Issa Kaid was speaking during a trip to Taiwan, which has been condemned by Beijing. China's foreign ministry accused Taiwan of fanning the flames to undermine the independence and unification of other countries by hosting a senior ministerial delegation from Somaliland.
We were born free, and we will stay free, and then we will run our business the way we want it. China cannot dictate. No other country can dictate who we are going to be.
Somaliland broke away from Somalia in 1991, but has not gained widespread international recognition for its independence. Taiwan is claimed by China as its own territory and is likewise diplomatically isolated. The two set up representative offices in each other's capital in 2020, to the anger of Beijing and Mogadishu.
The Somalia ambassador in China condemned the relationship between Taiwan and Somaliland. But the question is why Somalia is calling China to East Africa and why Somalia is against this relationship between Taiwan and Somaliland. Let us listen.
Taiwan's approach to Somaliland. We will always protect Somali's national sovereignty and territorial integrity, whether from Taiwan or any other entity.
The relations has gotten closer in the Somaliland region in the northwest of your country and the Chinese region of Taiwan. In 2020, Somaliland has opened up a Taiwan representative office, and most recently an official visited Taiwan and said that no country can indicate the Somaliland's diplomatic relations. So what do you make of these statements?
We condemn Taiwan's approach to Somaliland. We will always protect Somali's national sovereignty and territorial integrity, whether from Taiwan or any other entity. Taiwan's approach is really appalling in some sense because it creates instability in northern Somalia, Somaliland, in the rest of Somalia, and instability in the region by making diplomatic relations with separatists, militias, and non-state actors will further create insecurity in our region and really undo what the world has working towards improving security in that area, whether it was the United Nations and the African Union and the regional countries which have invested greatly into the peace and security of the region and the unity of Somalia. So I think Taiwan's approach is very unproductive, unhelpful to Somalia, Horn of Africa, and Africa in general. It undermines the peace and security of the continent, and we will not allow this to continue. Secondly, the agreements they made on resources on Somalia will not allow. We consider these agreements to be absolutely null and void. Somali natural resources and fishery belong to the Somali people, and the Somali state speak for it. And we will not allow Taiwan or any other entity to plunder the resources under fake agreements. And these are not protected by international law. Then both of them are not members of international organizations. So this approach really creates further insecurity, instability, and we hope Taiwan to refrain from such actions.
Earlier this year, Chinese State Councilor and Foreign Minister Wang Yi has put forward the initiative for peaceful development in the Horn of Africa, and he has stressed that China is willing to support regional countries in addressing of the triple challenges in terms of security, development, and governance. So what do you make of this initiative, and how does Somalia plan to take part?
Oh, this is a very promising initiative, and I think it's one of the most pillars and productive initiatives that I have come across in over a decade that I've been in diplomacy. First of all, to create space for security dialogue is giving the leadership the space to resolve challenges and platforms within ourselves. Horn of Africa, although being in global strategic geopolitical position, but also was keep on having hotspots that required to be resolved initiative. I think Somalia, unfortunately, was one of the countries that were left out in the first phase of China's infrastructure development in the region's investment, and we hope to catch up with that. And also the two axes being the Nairobi-Mombasa railway as well as the Addis Ababa and Djibouti railway, expanding that to neighboring countries really gives us the opportunity to develop and build our infrastructure. Third point of the initiative of governance is really institutionalizing the first two and making it more our own, and building the Somali institutions, the regional institutions to work together so that we can have an Horn of Africa characteristics of development, and as well as our own nationalistic ways of developing. I think one lesson most of us learned from the Chinese development was that you cannot take models as they